Hiya, folks. This is Rick Emmett of Triumph.
This is Mark Merrill, also known as Johnny B. Bad.
Hi, this is a best-selling author. I threw the best-selling in there. Best-selling author Dick Wybrow.
I'm Melanie from Second Shooter.
This is Jeff with Second Shooter.
Hey everybody, it's Brian Allen from Bridges Ablaze.
Hey, this is Sammy Lee, drummer of the band Red Rain.
Yo guys, it's Mark McKay.
Hey, this is Frank Fletcher.
Hola amigos, this is Billy Sheehan.
Hey guys, this is John Karabi.
Hi, this is Jim Valance.
What's up everybody, it's Logan from All the Pretty Things.
Hey guys, it's Leather Leone.
This is Nothing from Inside the Trojan Horse.
What's up guys, Cassandra Carson here from Paralandra and the Life Project.
My name's Reggie, and you are listening to the Weekly Pour podcast. Thanks so much for joining the most amazing twosome out there.
It's time once again for the Weekly Pour, the show that knows everything about absolutely nothing. Here are your hosts, TbT and Ace.
And here we are, Season 5, Episode 164, or the first episode of Season 5. Welcome to 2026. I am TbT. That guy over there, it's still Ace, and he still has a bunch of Christmas shit behind him.
This will be here in perpetuity.
I don't even know what that word means. Please.
It's never going away.
Oh, okay.
Never going away.
That's horrible.
You know, and here's the cool thing. Behind the curtain, you wouldn't know it, but I just got here. I literally just sat down.
Literally tell it on yourself. The only person that knew you were late was moderator Natalie because, you know, she's usually late.
I'm blown away. Well, you know, Wednesdays are crazy, but I get here. I made it.
Yes. Welcome. Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year. How was your holiday?
For the most part, pretty good. Christmas was great. Spent the time with Mama TbT, who came over. She stays a few days with us over that holiday time. So we had a great time with her. And then that went away and back to work, and then a couple more days off, and the New Year's here and brought it in with a bang, and here we are.
Yeah. I had a great holiday.
Which one? Both?
Yes. Holiday season.
Holiday season. I am so ready for spring now that Christmas is over. All the trees are down. Every Christmas decoration is down. Everything is done. It is now time for spring, except for the stuff that's behind you. Tomorrow, I'm expecting 64 degrees, and I plan on mowing again and opening the pool.
No kidding.
Yeah.
No kidding. It was 55 degrees today.
Somewhere.
I love it. I live here.
I was not out there.
I was all day. And it was great.
Exactly. Well, it didn't do much for your tan, but I'm sure it was warm.
It's not tanning season.
Fair.
I will say I still have all my Christmas stuff up. I do enjoy it. When I do put it up, I'll get to it eventually.
Yeah, the taking the down of it is what sucks because, you know, putting it up, no big deal. Oh, yeah, it's Christmas time. Let's get it all up, blah, blah, blah. Then it's taking it down, and it's like, wow, we really have a lot of open space.
Yeah, well, yeah, and you got to get all the stuff to pack it. You got to find where to put it and all that stuff. It's a lot.
I had 5 trees up in my house. 5.
Really?
5 trees.
I had 3.
Every single one of them are down. Done.
Amazing. By yourself? You did that? You and your wife?
I did absolutely none of it.
Even better.
She's yelling at me from another room telling me that there were 7 trees. I literally only counted 5.
Oh, you were in a Christmas fog.
I must have been. So, yeah.
Trees everywhere.
For me, it's like, it's a tradition that the Christmas crap comes down the day after New Year's. Just get it out of here. I don't want to see it anymore. I don't want to see it for 11 more months. Get it gone.
Yeah.
Because now it's time to focus on spring.
So you're not one of those people that takes a sheet and throws it over your Christmas trees until next year. You're not one of those people.
Do those people exist?
I think so.
Absolutely not.
Yes, I think there are people that do that.
No, not a chance. No way. Absolutely not.
Yeah, do you do your house in lights?
No.
If you did, would you take them down or leave them up?
Oh, they would come down. Dude, I don't even, there's a lot of people that put stuff up like immediately after Thanksgiving, which is fine.
Yeah, I would if I could.
I wait until the month of December. I don't like these people that say, oh, it's after Halloween. Now we can put up your Christmas stuff. No, you can't. You still have Veterans Day and you still have Thanksgiving. And the last time I looked, the Pilgrims weren't putting up Christmas trees and elves and lights around their teepees. Or whatever they lived in. Cottages. Shack. I don't know. But no.
They lived in shack?
I don't know. But they didn't have electricity.
Well, you didn't say shacks. You said shack. Like the basketball player.
They live in one shack.
A big
I'm getting off course
7'4"
here. Welcome to everybody
player.
that's in the chat. Appreciate you guys jumping in. Of course, Natalie, the moderator's there. Mama TBT, Mrs. TBT. Nat McFuck is in, and so is Kate. We thank you guys for joining in. Please drop in. Say hi if you're watching. Hit that thumbs up. Be sure to hit the subscribe button, too. That actually helps us out a lot. And we appreciate it because the more followers we get, then the better. First episode of 2026. We've been off the last couple of weeks. Ironically, I do find it kind of funny that we weren't on because there wasn't really a lot of news, like zip and zero and zilch over the course of the couple weeks of the holiday.
I tune out anyway. I really do. I tune out on a lot of things.
Right.
Even on Christmas Eve and Christmas, there was news. And I'm not talking about rock news. I'm talking about global news.
Sure.
And I caught a snippet, and I didn't pursue it. We'll get it later.
Yeah.
There's nothing blowing up outside my house that I have to worry about. So we'll deal with it later.
Yeah. Red Dawn has not happened in our area, so we're fine.
No, just Venezuela.
Right. Which
I didn't know about that.
I'm traveling down there in a week because I hear they need mayors to run their towns. So I'm going to be Mayor TBT.
I think you've been elected.
That's fantastic.
The way elections go, that you're elected.
Yes, I had the. Never mind. I'm not going down that rabbit hole. So 2026 is here. We've already got our first pour of the week all lined up for us in about 50 minutes. Actually, I take that back. In about 40 minutes, we'll be throwing up our pour of the week. Great band this time, just like any other time. We've been pretty active with getting the word out to a bunch of bands, trying to get them to. So what we do is we ask their permission. Do we have to? No, we can literally feature anybody we want and call it good. We
want them to know.
Absolutely.
We want them to know.
Yeah, we reach out to these bands, artists, whatever it is, and basically ask for their permission and ask them for some additional information about them. Because a lot of times when you're listening to a song, whether it be on TikTok or whatever music platform you're using, you don't get a lot of information about the band. So we get that information. We get the permission. They say yes, cool, sounds great. Then we put it together, record it, and then we play it on the live show. And then right after that, it ends up going on our social media accounts. So if you see it tonight or you hear it and you don't get to see it because you're just listening to the podcast, go check out our Facebook, our Instagram, our TikTok, and the video that we put together for the pour of the week will be on there. So you're not going to miss it. But I like to think that we're helping the bands. We may not be bringing them hundreds of thousands of new listeners or likes or whatever. But still, these are bands that a lot of people don't know about that we get a chance to feature. One of which that we've already done. I'm currently in talks with to actually have them on the show, just to give them a little bit more spotlight, which is great. It's always cool to get somebody that everybody knows. When we get Karabi on and stuff like that, some of these well-known musicians. But I tell you what, there's a lot of them out there that need the exposure that aren't well-known. And you know what? That's what we're here for.
We had a great conversation with inside the Trojan Horse.
Yeah.
That was a great conversation. So yeah, there's stories to be told by everyone out there.
Exactly.
The band out of was it San Francisco? Help me out here. We had the singer on and the guitar player. Oh, help me out! Come on.
I'm trying to remember. We've got Frank Fletcher. We've had Mark McKay. Um, Red Rain. We had the drummer from Red Rain.
Right. Newer band.
Yeah. Who are you? I'm trying to remember who you're talking about.
Oh, a female vocalist does the shreddy vocal style.
You would ask that now when I'm in the middle of not realizing, because the only band I currently have on my brain is the one that we have for tonight.
Well, never mind. We had them on.
Yeah, I don't want to say that name, but a perfect example of another band that we're getting out there.
Second Shooter.
Yes, Second Shooter, and they're slowly rising. These bands in popularity, they're getting out there, they're getting more airplay, and call it a bragging point if you want. When these guys hit big time and they're getting Grammy nominations, we can say we had them on first or second or 10th. Early in their career. We'll put it that way.
We had them.
Yeah. It's what we do. Don't forget, hit that thumbs up. I think I already ran through all that. Whatever. Not a big format change for this season. Moving into season 5, because if it's not broke, don't fix it. So you're still going to get us on Wednesdays unless we change it back to Tuesdays for whatever reason, or whatever. But yeah, here we are. Don't forget, we've got email. We've got all of our social media. We have a phone number. You guys can call or text if you have questions. You're going to start seeing some polls that we're going to be putting up on our
great.
different. Do what?
I've been wanting to do something like that for a while.
Yeah. We're going to be putting those up and trying to get some more interaction between the listeners, because when we do this is all our opinion, except for whoever chimes in on the chat, Viper, when we start talking about Skid Row or Triumph. But we want to get some more interaction with everybody. So be on the lookout for those polls and stuff like that on the social medias. And probably in the middle of the actual broadcast. So, and if you're listening after and it's not live, just wait for it. It'll be in the show description when we do them.
2026 is year of the Skid Row singer.
That frightens me.
Well, it's going to happen.
Yeah, probably.
I think it could.
I will tell you that 2026 is also going to be the year of David Lee Roth.
Yes. I just was looking at this.
David Lee Roth, everybody knows, former lead singer of Van Halen, massive solo artist, massive ego. David Lee Roth has announced a tour for 2026. Not just any tour. This is a 30-date tour of the United States and Canada. His travels begin on April 16th, which happens to be Mama TBT's birthday, in Airway Heights, Washington. And right now, as of today, it's going to conclude August 7th in Sturgis, South Dakota. So, May, June, July, 4 months of David Lee Roth being on the road. This ends a 5-year hiatus from the stage. Well, actually, I take that back. May of 2025 ended his 5-year hiatus, and maybe he caught the bug.
He had a good he had a good tour,
right?
Last year, he added the backup singers. Everyone raved about the early shows and how good it sounded. Then there were mixed opinions later on. But not only that, he was on the farewell tour for Kiss. If you remember, he opened for Kiss on the first leg of it. I can't remember if it was before they had the artist that was painting people as an opener or after. But Roth was on that tour for a little bit, opening for Kiss.
Yeah.
I don't know how long ago that's been, but he's not been that inactive, I don't think.
Yeah, no. According to David Lee Roth himself, he has reached the end of his first retirement, and he's ready to hit the road, and likens himself to Rocky, basically saying Rocky had 9 retirements and he's only on his first. Ticket pre-sales began yesterday, so jump in and find where they're at. Any place around here as I scroll through the dates, looking. That one's not close. That's not close. Fort Wayne, Indiana, June 11th at the Follinger Theater. Like I said, ending August 7th as of now, at the Buffalo Chip in Sturgis, South Dakota.
Have you noticed the north end of Indiana has been getting a lot of good concerts lately?
Yeah,
whether it's South Bend or Fort Wayne or anything like that, they're doing pretty well lately.
Yeah, it's discouraging for us Southern Indiana people.
A little bit,
Yeah.
a little bit.
But that's okay. I was just kind of shocked to see that. I was not expecting a David Lee Roth tour, but here we are.
No. Well, and I told you, yesterday that Triumph had added a couple of shows.
Yeah.
Not what we thought.
No.
We were hoping a handful of shows, but they added, this is good. They added an extra show in Boston, so there's 2 nights in Boston. And then the show in Chicago was a theater show that got moved up to an arena venue, which that's great. That shows something right there going on. I like that.
Yeah, it just goes to show you that there's a little bit more activity going on with those ticket sales, which is great.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and for you and I though, do we hold out and hope they'll add something at the tail end for Indiana or Louisville even, or do we go ahead and buy the tickets to Chicago, St. Louis, Michigan, Detroit, whatever?
I'm holding out.
You think?
Yeah, I'm holding out.
Man,
it's tough, but I'm going to hold out. I'm already booked for 2 shows, and I don't want to have to travel that far.
I have done.
I have 2.
That,
I have 2 so far.
Have you told me already? Have I forgotten?
One is August 28th at Ruoff, and that's Motley Crue.
Okay, yes, we talked about that.
As of right now. The second show is, I believe, in April or May, and that's at the White River Amphitheater in Indianapolis, and that's Youngblood.
Oh, awesome!
Yeah, and I just got yelled at. It's in May.
It's in May.
Yeah, so it's a May show. Youngblood, White River Amphitheater, whatever it's called now.
Yes.
And then there is a venue very close to us that you and I went to last year to see Firehouse and Pearlandra.
Okay.
They are getting ready to put an announcement out in the next couple of days. So I'm just kind of waiting to see who that is. No clue. That's Castle Knoll Amphitheater in Paoli, Indiana. They're getting ready to release something that I saw a couple days ago, but I checked today and they don't have it yet. They've just said, get ready. It's getting ready,
right.
Which is probably going to end up being like the Oak Ridge Boys.
They still do things.
Yeah. Or Alabama, or I don't know.
You're awful pessimistic.
I know. I did not expect Firehouse and Pearlandra last year, so I'm hoping to be surprised this year. And I think they've only announced like one, and I was like, no.
Well, they're taking baby steps down there, and I hope that they pick it up. I hope they picked it up. They're able to get even every other weekend, get a show in there. Think about that, and the revenue you could make if you get a decent act that people like. Even some of these cover acts that come in and do, a couple sets of classic rock tunes that people like. There's all sorts of them.
Yeah.
And you could probably sell some tickets.
There's a rumor going that it may be Triumph.
It could be. I hope.
I
I
started.
hope. It's right down the road.
It is. I started that rumor, and that's what I'm going to go with because that's fine. That's what I do.
Well, at least you own it.
Last year, a couple years ago, 2023, you and I raved. So this was season 3. We raved over the album 6 that was released by our friends in Extreme. Raved. Right. I think it came in second on both of our lists for album of the year. What an amazing album. And we found out 2 days ago on Monday that Extreme has already commenced work on their 7th studio album, which I am super excited about. It has not got a name. It is not currently called 7, but I would be surprised. Nuno Betancourt shared a photo recently on his social media, and it was him in a studio with the message Day 1, 2026, Extreme. So very excited to hear that news.
Well, it's awesome because they had a bit of a hiatus and then come back strong with this great record.
Yeah.
And I think they've had so much exposure. There was a tour. Nuno was all over the place during the Back to the Beginning, show with for Sabbath, and he's been busy ever since. Nuno has Betancourt. So I think when you talk about catching the bug again, I think that's kind of where we're at with Extreme. They've kind of caught the bug again a little bit.
Yeah, and that album that they released in 2023, that actually hit number 10 on Billboard's top album sales with first week sales of like 12,000 copies. It doesn't sound like a lot, but it was enough to land them at number 10. Extreme.
Right. We're talking about basically now a classic rock band.
Right.
Able to crack into the top 10, even in this era where we're streaming everything. So that's not nothing. It's not nothing.
Yeah. I want to say it was a 15-year hiatus between 6 and their previous album. And I didn't realize it had been that long, but 15 years. And now we're 2.5 years past the last release and getting ready to get another one. We don't know if it's going to be released this year or if it's going to end up being next year, but just knowing that they're in the studio is a phenomenal sign. I can't wait.
And you say 15 years, and that I don't know everything that they may have been doing in those 15 years, but man, there's a lot of people that hit that point in their life where hey, let's take a break. Let's take a break. Hell, they could have been raising families. They could have been, doing all sorts of things. So when you get past that point and come back, and then you come back as strong as they did,
yeah,
that's fantastic.
Well, and who knows how long that album's going to take? Are they going to do it before they go on tour? Because remember, they are going to hit the road in 2026 as a support act on tours for Def Leppard and Motley Crue. So I'm a little excited about that August show, hoping that maybe they play some new material.
Okay, so they'll be opening already? So that probably helped you buy a ticket right there.
It did a little bit.
Yeah.
I think there's two bands. It's Extreme and somebody else I can't think off the top of my head. But when we talked about this originally on the show, I specifically stated that I was in my brain and my feeling with this is it may be the last time we get to see Motley Crue as they are now.
What do you think we'll see them as later?
Nothing.
Okay.
Nothing. Either nothing or Vince replaced. But I don't know. I probably jumping the gun, but who knows?
I would like to know your thought behind that. What's your reasoning?
I will have more of a reasoning when we see how the first dozen or so shows go on this tour.
Okay. Are you leaning toward the fact that we've just got a a health scare from Vince. He is recovering from that and then diving into not only a residency, but now a full-blown tour through the summer.
Yeah, it's part of it.
That's part of it.
Absolutely
Okay.
part of it. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So they're doing nearly 40 shows, starting in July and going through September. The other band that is opening up is Tesla. So it's Motley Crue with performances by Tesla and Extreme.
Now,
So
okay,
going to be
that's
a
a good
great show.
That will be really good. I'm a bigger Tesla fan than you are. I would like to see that.
Yeah. Yeah, I am sure it will be good. I'm excited to see Extreme. I'm also excited to see Motley Crue. I'm maybe more excited to see Extreme than the Crew, but that's okay. I'm a big fan of John 5. I love John 5.
Right. Now, so look at the guitar players you're going to see that night.
I know.
You know, that's 3 guys. Well, plus Tesla's got 2 phenomenal guitar players. I don't know Frank Hannon being
Frank
one. I don't
Hannon.
know who the other one is because they replaced Tommy Skiach a long time ago.
Yeah.
Skio. I can't remember who the other guy is, but I'm sure he's
Skiach.
great.
Yeah.
Is it Skiach or Skio?
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly. There's one person I know I will not see on tour this year, and I wasn't sure if we were going to talk about this, but after reading and all, I couldn't help it. I can guarantee we're not going to see Vinnie Vincent.
I wanted to talk about this. I was praying we would talk about this.
Yeah.
I was going to bring it up anyway.
You can jump right into this right now if you want.
I don't have it pulled up, but
okay.
But Vinny essentially has a record that he wants to put out, correct?
Guitar-mageddon.
Yes, Guitar-mageddon. Vinny is very proud of this record. It is the greatest record ever made, according to him, correct?
Yes.
So the stipulation of him releasing this record, I don't have this in front of me. I'm pulling this from my head. You tell me if I'm wrong. Was that he is not releasing this in a traditional sense. It's not coming out in a CD you can buy at a store. It's not coming out streaming. Vinnie Vincent wants you, the hardcore Vinnie Vincent fan, to pay him for the first single $200. Am I right?
Yeah.
So you pay $200, and then okay.
Hang on.
There's a caveat.
There's a caveat. It was December when he announced this highly unconventional strategy for the release of Guitar-mageddon. He's selling them the big part that you left out. One song at a time.
Yes, one song at a time. The first single you buy, you're getting it for $200. Then,
but it's individually signed and numbered,
and it's CD format, right?
Yes, for
so you can't
$200.
So it's signed in a CD form. One song.
Yeah.
And
individually numbered.
And he's going to mail it to you.
And he's only going to ship each single once he reaches 1,000 pre-sales. Do the math.
Right.
1,000 times 200. Homeboy's going to, I was waiting for somebody to do the math other than me. $20,000. Once I get 20 grand, you guys can have your song and I'll sign it and number it.
Right. But if he doesn't get to 1,000,
do you get your money back?
Maybe. I doubt it.
Here's the catch. It's not even a catch. Here's the add-on. His site says that there's 18 tracks.
Right. There's 18 songs.
But he promises more. That means that the complete album would cost each fan $3,600. No!
You have no clue what it sounds like, right?
No.
There's no teaser. Do we have a teaser? Anything? So
I don't think so.
So you got to take the word of Vinnie Vincent that this is an amazing song that you have to hear and you need to pay $200 to hear it. It's that good. And so, but then he got upset, right? Because there was backlash.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of backlash. And now he's saying, well, he's going to pull the record and never release it, and the world will never ever hear the greatest record ever made.
He defended his plan when everybody was bitching and moaning about it, arguing that the illegal downloading, streaming, and other changes in the music industry over the past few decades made it otherwise impossible for him to be paid fairly for his music. I will not dispute that. However, greedy much?
So is he basically saying that the fan needs to replace what the record company would give him in an advance to put out a record?
I don't know.
My God, there's no way. There can't be anyone wanting to pay for this. No, don't do it. Do not do it.
No, I don't care who you are. Do not. I don't care if you got $3,600 just laying around in an envelope that says Vinnie Vincent.
Because here's the thing, Vinny is such an enigmatic character. We don't know what he's going to do next, and he seems to want to pull out of everything. He has a concert schedule that's hyped up, right? Oh, he's going to play a show. First show he's played in who knows how long, since Lick It Up in 1982 or whatever. But then he pulls out of it. He's got appearances that are scheduled at conventions, and he pulls out of it. He doesn't show up, or he's late. Or he's going to. If you remember, he was wanting to put out a new version of the Vinnie Vincent Invasion record with the original singer. It escapes my brain right now, but gone. Never happened. Nothing ever happens when it comes to Vinny. And, unless he's suing someone, complaining about someone, or just not doing it.
Our friends over at ultimateclassicrock.com, this is where I'm getting this. According to VV, Mr. Vinnie Vincent, he made it clear just how much he thought that those fans would be missing out by not buying it, stating in his personal opinion, Guitarmageddon is one of the greatest rock albums of all time. I lived through Meet the Beatles, Led Zeppelin 2, Hendrix, Are You Experienced, Jeff Beck's Truth, and Cream's Wheels of Fire, Pink Floyd, etc. The only difference in these albums are generation tested and have the benefit of fermentation of time. But as for impact and perfection from the first song to last, Guitarmageddon is a classic. It is a classic I will never hear.
It's a classic grift, is what it is. It's a classic grift. Now, I am not going to diminish one bit Vinnie Vincent's talent.
Absolutely not.
We have talked before about his songwriting prowess. We have talked before how great of a guitar player he is.
Right.
I have heard that he's a fantastic singer. I have never heard him sing. I don't even know who plays on this record. Is he doing everything?
I don't know.
But I'll never diminish the talent that he has.
Absolutely not.
But I would like to know what con man he sat down with and devised this scheme to rake in all this money he thinks he's going to get for $200 for a song you've never heard. You just have to take it on faith.
Yeah, I would love to know who. This could have been his bright idea on his own. I would have made a phone call to Gene and said, hey, how am I going to do this? I'd like to make some money. He probably would never reach out to Gene and vice versa, but what the heck?
Yeah. And then to be upset, he's lashing out. This headline says he's lashing out at fans whining about the price. They're whining about it.
Yeah.
And this is an era where we're fleeced to death through streaming services anyway.
Right.
And we're lucky if we have a Spotify we only pay $10 or $12 for, or I have Apple Music that costs me about $10
Yeah.
for streaming. And now he wants me to pay for something I've never heard, and he's not put out anything since 1982.
Yeah.
And he worked on the Revenge record for Kiss. He did work on that.
Yeah.
Great record.
I mean, maybe we should buy it.
Well, we're going to take the hit for the fans.
Yeah, maybe we should.
Here's what we need. GoFundMe. Set it up to help us get this record out to the public so we can tell you what it sounds like.
Yeah. PayPal.
Yeah,
all
right.
That.
All that.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Well, if we don't get to 1,000 on a song, we're screwed.
Yeah. You're not getting your money back.
No.
Never mind. I'm trying to look real quick to see if there's any information about this. There's article after article after article about him pulling this record and going through all this, and there's commentary and blah, blah, blah. I don't know who plays on it other than him. Doesn't matter. Not buying it. I hope there's a leak just so I can hear a tune.
Someone in his camp, if he has one, just takes the master tape and throws it out there.
Send it to us, theweeklypoorpodcast@gmail.com. We will listen to it. Give us the digital file. Just send us a link. We'll listen to it. We won't release it. You can sue us if we release it.
Right.
But we want to hear it.
He says it's his way of avoiding bootlegging, I guess.
Yeah.
And I'm also not seeing just $200. I'm seeing various prices.
Right.
$225 to $300. What do? Just pick? This song's worth $300 because I say it is. I say this podcast is worth $1 million. I mean, no one's sent me anything.
Me neither. Maybe we should do that. We should start charging for the podcast. If you want to watch it, it's $100 a pop. We get a Patreon for that. Oh well.
Right. Exactly.
Someone who we've been talking about a lot, probably the last 6 months, maybe close to a year, is in the news again because now we have confirmation that he's actually working on a new album with somebody that's in a pretty famous band. Alex Van Halen has revealed that he is about to begin working on a new album with Toto guitarist Steve Lukather. I think that's how you pronounce it. Yeah, whatever. Lukather. I put the emphasis on the wrong syllable. He says he's getting ready to do this record and a couple of other people with a guy from Toto and a couple other people. I'm glad there's been rumors about this for a while, but I don't know.
This is interesting to me because he sold Alex. He sold all of his gear. He sold all sorts of stuff because he said he was done. He also said he physically couldn't play drums anymore.
Right.
Due to, he had a back condition or a neck condition, didn't he? Something like that?
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder what's going on.
The arthritis.
And how this is going to work out. He's partnering with Steve Lukather. Couldn't be a better partner.
Oh, absolutely.
I love Steve Lukather. Fantastic guitar player.
One of the, I don't know if you heard this, but I guess there was like rumors that, this was going to be, Van Halen and redoing things and all that. But Lukather was like, yeah, I will not ever play a Van Halen tune out of respect for Eddie, of course. So this could be a collection of all brand new music, which is exciting.
Yeah, right. It's exciting, and it's exciting because not just the pairing, but that Alex is coming out of, out in public more. He's released the book. he's coming out more and doing things and being seen, and now he's going to play drums, presumably, on this record.
Yeah,
that's a big step. That's amazing.
This isn't the first time they've worked together either. Because if you didn't know, Eddie Van Halen and Steve Lukather, not Alex, but Eddie and Steve collaborated on "Beat It" from Michael Jackson. Lukather played the main riff of the song, and of course, Eddie played the solo. Eddie also played bass on Lukather's debut solo album and made a guest appearance on his 2003 Christmas LP, Sentimental. I love the name of that album. That was my Christmas, Sentimental.
I like that.
Yeah. So there's history.
I think Toto itself has been used non-credited as Toto as a backing band more than once on records, I think.
Yeah.
I'd have to research it, but I think there's something to that.
Yeah.
Because they're so talented.
They are. Been 20 years since you walked away.
I'm still here.
Okay. So yeah, possibly some new music. We don't know if it's going to be under the Van Halen moniker, the Toto moniker, the Lukather moniker. Don't know yet, but it is exciting to know that Alex is getting out there and creating new music. So we will keep you informed on that as the year goes by. Hopefully we'll get some more information and hopefully some snippets of some music.
They might put something out, a single that we can hear.
That's what I said, a snippet, unlike Vinnie Vincent.
Right.
We won't get that. This is where we have the awkward silence because of Vinnie Vincent. In what we started last year with the Pour of the Week, we've been trying to keep this going at least every week or every other week because it's important for us, as we mentioned at the beginning of this episode, to get the information out there, get these bands out there and all of that. So with that being said, it is time for this week's Pour of the Week before we finish up on our last two stories. Both of which will probably take a little bit of time because that's what we do. So you're going to have to bear with me and listen to me talk while I get this queued up because this is one thing that I can't cue prior till now.
You can't just put the cart in or spin the record back or...
No, it's like I got to put headphones on and get it queued up. And then once it's ready, you have to, hit the slider over and cue it and all that. It's just so weird. I don't know.
Just get...
It's time for your first Pour of the Week for 2026, brought to you by Petty's Poor Decisions. Lost, despairing, angry, abandoned, haunted. That's not a slogan, that's the curse. That's the cold breath on the back of your neck and the air getting heavy right before the lights flicker and your instincts start screaming no. Named after the infamous cemetery on the outskirts of Chicago, Bachelor's Grove doesn't just borrow the legend, they weaponize it by dragging it out of the dirt, chaining it to an amp, and cranking it until the grave soil shakes. This is metal that sounds like a coffin lid splintering from the inside. Formed in 2018, Bachelor's Grove has sharpened into the ominous force they are today, fusing melodic bite, symphonic menace, and alternative edge into a sound that swings like a rusted blade from melancholic darkness to full-blown manic intensity. The vocals hit like a ghost screaming through a cathedral. The guitars crawl and slash like they're carving symbols into stone. And the drums don't keep time, they summon it. Their latest single, Immortality, is a song about people who go through life expecting to be immortal like there are no limits and no consequences. Immortality doesn't just call it out, it drags it into the dark and makes it bleed. The whole thing feels like a seance with distortion pedals, a ritual with a kick drum, and a hymn gem for the damned. With over 40,000 streams across all platforms and still rising, Bachelor's Grove is lining up to make 2026 their year. TbT and Ace welcome Bachelor's Grove as their newest Pour of the Week right here on the Weekly Pour Podcast. Craving a bar that rages as hard as your mosh pit? Petty's Pour Decisions rolls in with a mobile bar that slays weddings, parties, and epic events. Custom cocktails, killer service, no lame excuses. Why settle for weak vibes when you can crank it to 11? Head to Petty's Pour Decisions on Facebook and ignite your next gig. Pour Decisions never rocked this hard.
Yeah, Bachelor's Grove. Check them out. I don't think you'll be disappointed. They are all over social media, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. All of their links are on the show notes. So go in there, click on them, like their pages, and then just let them know that we sent you, because we did.
I want to know how many different time signatures are in those songs, because they shift gears, man. They shift some gears.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we're in 4/4, we're in 4/16, we're in 30/32 time. We're all over the place.
Their latest single, yeah, it does that a lot. And then all of a sudden it's, I don't want to call it circus music, but
or it's real creepy or
yeah,
heavy or it's all over the place, but it works.
Oh yeah, it works. It's good stuff. I like it. They have been fantastic to deal with. So really go into those show notes after here, and go check them out. Tell them we sent you, and just check out their stuff. Go there, watch their videos, listen to their stuff. They're not for everybody, but not every band is. But I think you'll be pleasantly surprised, and watch the video for the latest single and listen to it, because it's good.
And you get to hear it.
Huh?
You don't have to pay $225.
Not yet.
No, not yet.
Yeah. Or $300 and get a signed copy. If you remember back earlier in the summer, this past summer, Jane's Addiction had filed a lawsuit against Perry Farrell, who was the lead singer, over the Boston concert that took place, where there was a physical altercation between Dave Navarro, Perry Farrell, and it ended the show, it ended the tour, and essentially ended the band. Since that happened, the remaining members outside of Perry Farrell decided to sue Perry Farrell for the lack of revenue for the concert, the tour, just all of it, because of Farrell's onstage altercation with Navarro. It forced the cancellation of the tour, but we are pleased to announce, I think, that the Superior Court of California, County of Los Angeles, has dismissed the lawsuit right before Christmas. December 22nd, this lawsuit was dismissed. It came about a week after the members of Jane's Addiction and Mr. Perry announced that they had resolved their differences over the infamous onstage brawl. Jane's Addiction, the band, or what's left of it, released the following statement on their social media. And I quote, "We would like to clarify the events surrounding the cancellation of the tour after the show in Boston in September of 2024. After that show, without notice, we unilaterally determined it would be best not to continue the tour and made inaccurate statements about Perry Farrell, his mental health, which we regret. This is part of the settlement. I can tell you right now, this is part of the settlement. They have to put a retraction out. I'll continue. Today, we are here to announce that we have come together one last time to resolve our differences so that the legacy of Jane's Addiction will remain the work the four of us have created together. We look forward to the future as we embark on our separate musical and creative endeavors. Jane's Addiction will forever live in our hearts. We are proud of the music we created together. You, the fans, are our lifeblood, and we will always appreciate you. In a separate statement, Harry Farrell says, to everyone in Boston and around the world, I'd like to address what happened on stage last year. I've reflected on it and know I didn't handle myself the way I should have. I apologize to our patrons and my bandmates for losing my temper and for disrupting the show. Jane's Addiction has been at the center of my life for decades. The band, the songs, the patrons, and the impact that we've had on music and culture mean more to me than any words I could ever possibly write down. My aim has always been to give our audience the best possible show, something real, it was real, honest, and positive. In Boston, we fell short of that, and I'm truly sorry to everyone who is impacted. From the bottom of my heart, I want to thank each and every one of you for your continued love and support. So it's over. They've reconciled just enough to issue a band apology, a Perry Farrell apology,
a band retraction,
a band retraction, because they retracted their words. Oh, he's mental. So that's all we know about this settlement. Who really cares? But if you think the big picture, in that initial lawsuit, they claimed that they were going to lose over $10 million as a result of the cancellation of the tour.
That's a lot. And then wanting to sue him to get that revenue back.
Right.
This lawsuit was going to cost both parties a lot of money.
A ton.
To pursue it, depending on if you win or lose, it's going to cost a lot of money. It was doing no one any good.
Right.
In my opinion. This was best for both parties. Just get it out of the way.
Right. Yeah, because this is ridiculously, it's going to save a ridiculous amount of money on both sides. So kudos to them for whatever they did. Work with the moderator, definitely wasn't Natalie, or they worked with their attorneys or whatever. But this was a big deal. And that's why we're bringing it up today, because it was such a big deal, because the footage from that concert was online. You know, all of this stuff was going on. We spent a good amount of time talking about that whole incident right after it happened. So to see that a settlement has been reached that included an apology and a retraction, we can only guess just what else was there.
Can you imagine how long it took for each party to come to Jesus and, fine, I'll issue the retraction. Fine, I'll apologize. You know,
I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall. I'm not doing a freaking apology, blah, 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 and blah. But yeah, if you listen to the words when that was being read, it sounds to me that still, no matter the retraction, no matter the apology, Jane's Addiction is over as we know it right now. Doesn't mean that in 10 years, 5 years, they could have a reunion. But they said their individual, whatever it was, you know, their individual musical careers. So
they didn't say anything in there that I know of about not being able to play the music individually. Like Perry Farrell can go out and play Jane's Addiction music.
Yeah.
He probably can't claim the name. I don't know who owns the name, but that's going to be another fight for another day, maybe. I don't know.
But it may be part of this settlement.
It could be. We don't know.
That we just don't know. So I'm sure that if you look, there's probably a Freedom of Information Act form that you could fill out and send to Los Angeles County and get it. We will not be doing that.
No.
No.
We'll wait for someone to tell us.
Exactly. That's right. Because it's 2026 and because we're nearing the last few minutes of this episode, I figured it was important to let you know that there are some rock and metal albums this year that are turning 40.
Oh, I saw this.
Normally, I wouldn't care. But the fact that there are so many in here that I still listen to today,
right,
it hurts my heart and makes me feel old, almost as old as Natalie, the moderator.
Almost.
So we're going to jump onto a few of these because some of them will catch your ear and you're going to be like, what? That's 40 years old this year?
And sometimes you don't realize it, and some of the music doesn't sound dated.
No, I thought it came out like 5 years ago.
Right.
The first one on the list, AC/DC, Who Made Who? What's on that album? Hell's Bells, You Shook Me All Night Long, Who Made Who?
Right, that's a compilation that was created for the movie Maximum Overdrive, right?
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
Continuing down the list, one of moderator Natalie's favorite albums of all time, Licensed to Ill from the Beastie Boys. That's right. Brass Monkey is almost 40 years old.
I remember that like it was yesterday, that record.
I remember, and I still live by the mantra that sometimes you gotta fight for your right to party. By the way, that album is diamond certified, and it also reached number 1 on the charts. Fun fact, Slayer's Kerry King laid down guest guitar on 2 of the hits, Fight for Your Right and No Sleep Till Brooklyn. So there's a little bit of Slayer in that album.
Didn't know that.
Here's one that'll tug at your slippery little slippers. Bon Jovi, Slippery When Wet. I don't even have to mention any of those songs. Everybody knows those.
Right.
You Give Love a Bad Name, almost 40 years old. Of course, it is also diamond certified. 15 times platinum.
That record, songs from that record are played today in heavy rotation on classic rock radio.
Yeah. Third Stage from Boston is also 40 years old this year. This one hurt me.
Record.
This one hurt me to the core. Night Songs from Cinderella is 40 years old this year. Triple platinum, by the way. Chart position, topped off at number 3. I love that album. That's playing it today, tonight.
Of the 3 they put out during their heyday, that's still the best one, in my opinion.
Yes.
Of the 3.
One of our mutual friends, who some of you may remember we've talked about him before, the Sheriff, he will be happy to know that the Final Countdown from Europe is also 40. My favorite track on that album is the ballad Carrie.
Is Viper in the chat?
He was. He probably left.
Because that is his favorite band. And all the ripping he gives to me, I give him for liking Europe.
Oh, you're not joking?
He loves Europe.
That's
loves
pathetic. Them. Anyway, continuing on the list. There's remember the song Sledgehammer from Peter Gabriel?
Peter Gabriel.
That album is 40 years old. Land of Confusion, Invisible Touch, Genesis. That album is 40 years old.
This stuff doesn't go away because they come back in covers.
Right.
You know, what were you saying? I'm sorry.
Billy Idol's Whiplash Smile, 40. Iron Maiden, Somewhere in Time, 40. Raised on Radio from Journey.
Ooh, last 40. Really good Journey record at their run.
Turbo Lover. You want a fast one? Judas Priest, 40. I'm not even touching the ones that are 50 because we don't have time. Megadeth, piece sells, but who's buying? 40 years old.
That's a landmark record too for that band.
Absolutely is. This Master of Puppets.
Oh wow.
Metallica. 40.
But
And that one, because of Stranger Things,
yes,
comes right back up.
Think about this. This stuff is still being listened to, though, by younger people, newer generations today. Yeah. I've got someone living in my house that's a huge Megadeth fan, and that person is about 21 or 22 years old.
Yeah, there are so many others that are on this list. The Ultimate Sin from Ozzy Osbourne, Shot in the Dark, Lightning Strikes. That album, 40 years old. Of course, we've mentioned this band numerous times because we were hoping for a tour this year. Poison's Look What the Cat Dragged In, 40 years old. The list goes on and on. Eat 'em and Smile, David Lee Roth, 40 years old this year. Rain and Blood, Slayer, 40 years old. 5150, Van Halen, 40 years old.
Right.
So yeah.
Right. And that's when they were butting heads and competing, him and Roth, or Van Halen and Roth.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Great record. Putting out
absolutely
great records.
Ridiculous.
1986 was a great year.
I hope you now feel old. We start off season 5, 2026, ready to rock, only to bring you down to a lower level to let you know you're old.
I'm in a wheelchair right now.
Yes. Yeah, and you can't turn around with it because you're stuck, so you can't turn around to take down Christmas stuff because your wheels are stuck.
No, I'm stuck.
All right. I'll come over here in a little bit and unlock your wheels so you can.
They may attack me if I don't move soon.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us. This was the season premiere, season 5. That's a lot of episodes. And we got like at least 8 more to go. We'll see you guys next week. Thanks.